Hey folks, this is Manuel from Steadybit. In the last video, we have discussed how services are changing the way you're doing chaos engineering by giving you for the first time a clear service-centric view of your reliability postures in Steadybit and knowing exactly what has been already tested, what is missing, and what's at stake, allowing you to communicate that clearly to your leadership. But working closely with our customers, we know that every service is different. You have different criticalities of a service, different SLOs, different business risks. So there needs to be a way to really reflect that in your service-centric view in Steadybit. And that's something I will cover in this video, how you can customize services to really match your organizational expectations. Now, going into the services again, you can see that we have created some like the shop checkout service. And here we have a list of provided experiments that are setting the reliability expectations for this particular service, and teams are asked to fulfill those. Now, these provided experiments are coming from the service profile that you can define in the service. And of course, you can also create your own service profiles and assign them individually to each of those services. Let me show you how that looks like by jumping into the settings service profile. And here I can create a new service profile, naming it, for instance, production readiness. And an important aspect, we definitely need to check the high scalability of the service. Now I can link experiment templates into the service profile to instantiate those for each of those services I'm using the profile later on. Let me jump into an experiment template to understand how this looks like by going into the template section of Steadybit and creating a new template. And now I can use the drag and drop editor to define the experiment template. Like I want to check that whenever we have a high CPU usage for targets of my service, that the service is still working as expected. To express the matching targets of my service, I can use the service ID in here and specify a placeholder named service, which will later be replaced with the actual service. Here we go. I have fast forwarded a little bit. I have now a container stress CPU attack, which is matching my service. Also, I want to check that new pods are added whenever I'm stressing the CPU to check the horizontal pod autoscaler. Additionally, I want to validate that the service is valid, and this way I'm linking it to the placeholder. Now I can save this template and go back to my service profile and link this newly created experiment template to my profile. Here we go, that's it. I save the profile and I can now set this one as default. So for every new service, it will automatically pick that one. Or I can go to the shop checkout service, which I want to validate using the production readiness service profile. Now, once I'm saving the service, it will automatically remove all the provided experiments that have been created or executed and create those new experiments matching production readiness service profile. Here we go, the service is saved and the provided experiment changed to match the experiment I have given in the service profile. I can create this experiment easily, and exactly as expected, it's checking the shop checkout service while stressing targets belonging to my service, and also checking that these are scaling up whenever I'm stressing the CPU of those. Now, what's also nice is that provided experiments automatically update whenever the underlying experiment template is changing. So going back to the experiment template, I can change the load on the container CPU to 95%, save the experiment template, and now looking into the provided experiment, it has automatically changed to 95%. And whenever I'm running this experiment, I can easily validate whether the service is scaling up as expected. Please make sure to also read up on our Steadybit docs how to manage service profiles, how you can create those experiment templates and link it to a service profile. And also make sure to check out the experiment template documentation to know how to create your experiment template and use it in the provided experiments of a service. Thanks for watching and take care.